Hello and welcome or welcome back to another edition of Michelle McKay Yoga. It's February and tomorrow is Valentine's Day. So today's theme will be a heart-based yoga practice. What you'll need is a couple of blocks, maybe a strap, and an open heart. Without further ado, I'm going to turn on a couple more lights, move another light out of the frame, and grab your two blocks, and you're going to start laying on your backs with the blocks. And I'll show you how I want you to position those blocks. Those blocks are going to be to support your upper back and your mid back. So 2 blocks, preferably the same size. Do I have on enough pink and red, everybody? I have on plenty of pink and red. So I'm going to say this block at its tall height to support your head. This block, medium height to support your upper back. So the easiest way, and we've done videos like this before, is to have the block at tall height to support the head. And maybe actually it's probably better if I go this way to see it a little bit better. Tall block to support the head. Medium block is going to be for your upper back. So think bra strap line, heart rate monitor line. And you'll sit in front of those blocks and then bring the upper back down first, right? And then your head, so you want the neck to stay even on all sides, you bring your head down. So the neck is even, where my scarf is. The upper back has support from the block that's at your thoracic spine. So you want to make sure that the block is not at the lower back, it's at the upper back. Hopefully you can see that better, okay? Start with your knees bent. Your arms can rest by the sides of your body. And this really helps to facilitate a lift of the heart, a lift of the chest, hence heart yoga for today, or this evening, or this morning, depending on what time you're looking at this video. And then as your back body begins to settle into the block, see if you can relax the muscles of your face, relax your jaw, relax your throat, soften that space that's right in between your eyebrows, and see if you can breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. And so notice when you breathe in, you might feel a lift or a sense of expansion in your chest. And then when you breathe out, you might feel a hollowing of the belly, like the navel is going in and up towards the spine. And you want to have that breath, right? That sort of breath is going to generate heat in your body, right? Ujjayi breathing. And then work towards elongating your inhales, elongating your exhale. So one of the definitions of pranayama is to stretch and extend. And so when we breathe in this way, we're trying to stretch and extend our breath and really trying to use more of our lungs capacity. Take an inhale here. Now when you exhale, bring your hands to support your head. Tuck the chin slightly and let the head lift and the chest lift. You can bring your elbows down, lift the chest up, and then what you're going to do is move the blocks to one side and come back to laying on your backs. And now your back body will be on a flat surface. We have to adjust there, right? Good. So just like we were on the blocks, you're just going to lay your body out flat. Your feet are hip socket distance. Your feet, all 10 toes are facing forward. Your knees are over your ankles. And then take your right outer ankle above your left knee and draw your left knee in towards you. Your hands can go behind your left thigh or in front of your left shin. That leg can be bent. That leg can be straight, okay? Depending on what's happening with your hips and what's happening with your hamstrings. Take an inhale here. Then when you exhale, place your feet back down onto the ground. Take your left outer ankle above your right knee and draw your right knee in. So same thing, hands either behind the thigh or in front of the shin. Right knee bent or right leg straight. As you inhale, release the feet to the ground. As you exhale, draw your knees in towards you and just rock a little bit from side to side. So try to remember that impression of the block at the upper back and how it felt to have your back body move towards your front body and how it felt to have that lift of the chest. And can you keep that lift of the chest in all of your postures? Take an inhale. And then when you exhale, lift your forehead up towards your knees. So make yourself like a little ball. You're really compact. Stay here, inhale. Then exhale, lower down. And you can take your left arm overhead or your right arm overhead. Roll to one side. push the ground away from you, and come up to all fours. So you're on your hands and your knees. So if you're on a hard surface, you might need to double up your mat or use a blanket underneath your knees. And I'm gonna slightly move this out of the way. Lots of red for Valentine's Day. So from your all fours position, your hands and your knees, think of a quadruped position. Your shoulders over the creases of your wrists. There's Cooper. Your hips over your knees. And you're gonna go through some rounds of cat-cow. So remember where the block was at your upper back, right? You're gonna inhale, scoop your heart and chest forward. So think of the bottom tips of your shoulder blades going in towards your chest. And then as you exhale, round your spine, allow the upper back to move towards the ceiling. Then inhale, heart forward, chest forward. Exhale to round. And then again, inhale, heart forward. Exhale to round. One more time, inhale, heart forward. Exhale, round, pause. And then bring you can use a block, bottom in between your feet. Sit up very tall, bring your arms behind you, interlace the fingers with each other, and really try to lift the heart, lift the chest. Stretch your knuckles towards the ground. Move the fronts of the arms towards the backs of the arms, and keep pressing the bottom tips of your shoulder blades in towards your chest so you maintain the lift of your chest. Then reach your arms out in front of you, inhale, float them up. Then as you exhale, come back to all fours. If you were sitting on something, move it to one side. And then my back's gonna be turned to you for this side. Start to reach your right leg backwards, right? And just flex that right foot so the right toes come to the ground. And then release the knee and turn the right shin out a little bit so your right foot probably comes off the mat. Press down into your right palm, not a lot of pressure on your right knee, but you're on a little bit of the kneecap. And then reach that left leg back, flex the foot, and then extend your left arm up to the ceiling. So now your left sitting bone and your left heel are in one line. The left arm is reaching up. It's kind of like a mini side plank, a mini half moon. Stay here, inhale. And then exhale, bring that back down. Come back to your all fours position. And now just slide your left foot back so you're on the ball of that foot. Pause there just for a moment. And then bring your left knee down. Turn the left foot out. So again, the left foot might end up on the wood floor. Or on your floor, excuse me. Press your left palm down. Slide your right leg back. Float that right leg up. And then float your right arm up. So the right shoulder is stacking over the left. You're extending out through your lifted heel. And you're trying to keep your right sitting bone and your right heel in one line. Stacking right shoulder over left. Stay here, inhale. Then exhale, slow motion, unwind, come back to all fours. Press back, child's pose. Make it active. Extend the arms forward and straight. Keep rooting the hands down, lifting the forearms and the elbows from the ground. Then you're going to inhale to shift your weight forward. Exhale to curl your toes under, lift the legs towards straight. You're in down dog. Ideally, your feet are about hip socket distance apart. Press your thighs back, stretch the inner and outer heels towards the mat. Just breathe. Smooth, steady inhales, smooth, steady exhales. And join your feet together and inhale, reach your right heel backwards. As you exhale, draw your knee to your nose, bring your right foot forward, lower your left knee down. Inhale your arms up, you're in a low lunge. Then when you exhale, bring the arms behind you, interlace the fingers with each other, lift your chest. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to frame your front foot, curl your back toes under. If it's difficult to have the hands on the floor, use your blocks on either side of your right foot. Get steady on your feet, bring your hands to your outer hips, and lift your torso to upright. Put a little bend in your left knee, scoop your pubic bone a little bit forward, lengthen your tailbone towards the floor. Reach the arms forward, and then inhale, float the arms up. Lift up and out of the sides of your waist. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. Stay here, inhale. Then when you exhale, bring your hands to frame your foot, step back to plank. Hold that plank position. And then lift the hips up and back, down dog. You can join your feet together and keep your feet hip socket distance apart. As you inhale, reach your left heel backwards. As you exhale, draw your knee in towards you. Bring your left foot forward, lower your right knee down. And then inhale, draw yourself up, low lunge. When you exhale, bring your arms behind you. Try to interlace the non-dominant way. Maybe opposite index finger, opposite thumb is on top. Lift your chest, inhale. Stretch the knuckles back, lift your gaze. Then inhale, re-extend the arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to frame your front foot. Curl your back toes under so your back knee lifts. Bring your hands to your outer hips. Inhale, lift the torso to upright. So just as we did on side one, put a little micro bend in your right knee. So think of the pelvis like a bowl. You don't want anything spilling forward or backwards or to the side. You want it neutral so you can lengthen your lower back to the floor. And then inhale, reach the arms up. Then exhale, bring your hands to frame your front foot, step back to plank. This time we'll do a little something different. And then shift your weight forward, bend your elbows, come all the way down to the ground. And then bring your arms in front of you. So we'll set up for Sphinx pose. You're propped up onto your elbows, your forearms, and your hands. And you're lifting your heart and lifting your chest away from the ground. Draw the navel in, lengthen your lower back towards your feet. Stay here, inhale. Exhale to lower. Set the hands up for Cobra. So now your fingertips will be in line with your chest. And then inhale, lift the heart, lift the chest. Cobra pose. Soft gaze at the tip of your nose. Stay here, inhale. Exhale, lower. And then slide the hands a little bit further back. And then inhale, either repeat Cobra with the hands a little bit further back, or inhale and come into up dog. And then as you exhale, draw back to downward dog pose. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. Stay here, inhale. Then when you exhale, walk your hands back to meet your feet. So you'll be at a forward fold at the back edge of your mat. Take an inhale to lift the heart. Take an exhale to fold. Take your hands to the small of your back. You could hook your thumbs. You could use a strap. Interlace the fingers at the webbing. And then stretch the arms off of the back body. To any degree, straighten your knees. If it's too much to have the legs straight, feel free to keep a soft bend until the legs warm up. And then you work your legs towards straight. Take an inhale here. Pardon me. Then when you exhale, release your hands to the floor. If they don't reach the floor, you use your hands on blocks. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, fold. Bring your hands to your outer hips. Take an inhale to come up to stand. And then exhale, release your arms. And you can be at the front edge of your mat. You can be in the middle of your mat. I'm at the middle of the mat just so I can have more space for my arms, right? Root down through your feet, reach up to the crown of your head. And as you inhale, stretch the arms out and up, reach up. As you exhale, fold. As you fold, feel free to bend your knees. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold. Press down into your feet. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale back to center. Inhale, stretch and reach your arms up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen your chest. Exhale to fold back down. Press down into your feet. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale back to center. Now do find your way to the front edge of your mat. And as you inhale, lift the heart, lift the chest, lift your gaze. And then inhale, float the arms up. If you like, you could arch backwards. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift your heart. When you exhale, step your left foot back to a lunge. And then inhale the arms up. Crescent lunge. Stay here, inhale. Then exhale, bring your hands to frame your front foot, plank pose. Shift your weight forward, bend your elbows. Inhale, up dog. You could take Cobra if that's better. And then exhale as you draw back to downward dog. The feet are going to be about hip socket distance, the hands about shoulder width. Allow the head to hang and let your upper arm bones frame your head and your neck. Continue to lift your kneecaps, lift your quads. Press the thighs back as the heels stretch towards the mat. Stay here, inhale. Then when you exhale, bring your feet forward. You can step them there as I'm doing, or you can hop them there. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold. Now press down into your feet. Inhale. Reach your arms up. Exhale back to center. Now the right leg's gonna lead the way. Inhale, reach the arms up. Maybe you exhale and do a little bit of a back bend. Inhale, come back up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, step your right foot back to a lunge. And then inhale your arms up, crescent lunge, look up. Exhale, hands frame foot, step back, plank pose. Shift your weight forward, bend your elbows. Inhale, up dog. Exhale to down dog. Take a few breaths in your down dog. Keep drawing the navel in and up towards the spine. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. Smooth, steady inhales. Smooth, steady exhales. And then bring your feet forward. Lift your heart, inhale. Fold back down, exhale. Press down into your feet. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale back to center. Pardon me. A little tickle in my throat. Take your legs about as wide as they are long. Have the outside edges of your feet be parallel to the front and back edge of your mat. Wide leg forward fold with a twist, right? As you inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, fold. Now, if the hands don't come to the ground, you use a block underneath your hands, right? Right hand's gonna stay down, left hand on left hip. Now, inhale, lift your chest up. When you exhale, turn your heart and your chest towards the left side. You can have a little pigeon toe on your feet if you like. Lift the kneecaps, lift the quads, and then turn your heart and chest to your left outer hip. Push down into the right palm, and then float that left arm up. Keep coiling your upper back in towards your chest. Take a deep inhale here. Then when you exhale, left hand's gonna replace right. Right hand's gonna come to right hip crease. Use your inhale to lift your chest up. And then exhale, turn your heart and your chest towards your right outer hip, right? Relift your chest up and think of keeping your sacrum drawing in and the belly drawing in. Right shoulder over left, and then free that right arm up to the ceiling. Pasarita twist. Stay here, inhale. And then exhale, unwind. If you are moving a prop, move it to one side. Take an inhale to lengthen your chest forward. Now when you exhale, you're gonna come into like a really big down dog. So I'm probably gonna be out of the frame, but the hands will come off of the mat and you move your heart and chest towards the ground. So think about the spot where the upper back was. Can you keep coiling that part of your back body in towards your chest? Stay here, inhale. Stay here, exhale. Now when you inhale, walk your hands back to meet your feet. You might have to heel toe the feet back in. Bring your hands to your outer hips. And then inhale, come up to stand up. And then exhale, bring your feet together. Bend your knees, reach your arms up, chair pose. Exhale, cactus the arms or goal pose. Inhale, re-extend the arms up. Exhale, fold. We're gonna do that. So that's like a little baby vinyasa in chair pose, right? Inhale, bend your knees, arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, straighten your elbows. Exhale, fold back down. One more time. Inhale, bend your knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, straighten your elbows. Exhale, fold forward. Take a few breaths in your forward fold. I'm just gonna pivot. Now, if you have your blocks, have them handy. You might not need to use them. Lift your chest, inhale. And then exhale, step back to down dog. Once you come back to downward dog, join your feet together. As you inhale, reach your right heel backwards. As you exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Bring your right foot forward, left heel down. Inhale as you come up to warrior one. So your right hip back, left hip forward. Make sure the little toe side of your left foot stays anchored to the ground. Take an inhale here. Now when you exhale, you're gonna bring your hands to your hips and shorten the distance between your feet. Setting up for pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. So classic, it's the hands coming together at prayer behind the heart. Modification, you can have your knuckles touching. You can hold on to your wrists. Some of you can hold on to your elbows, or you can take another chest expansion. As you inhale, lift your heart, lift your chest. And then as you exhale, hinge from your hips, fold. Keep pressing into the big toe mound of right foot. in the heel and little toe side of left foot. Lift the kneecaps, lift the quads. So everything, the energy is drawing up into the pelvis. Stay here, inhale. And when you exhale, bring your hands to the blocks or the floor. Lift your chest, inhale. And when you exhale, draw your left knee and your right knee side by side. Lift your chest. And then when you exhale, see if you can hold on to your left foot with either the right hand or the left hand. It doesn't matter. But see if you can hold on to that foot. And then maybe, you just change sides and just kind of see how it feels. Stretching your quad out. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, bring that left foot back down. You're in that pyramid pose. And then take your left hand to the little toe side of your right foot. Hopefully you can see better. Right hand to right hip crease. Lift your heart, lift your chest, and reach your crown of your head away from your lower back and tailbone. Keep the lift of your chest, and then see if you can turn this into revolved triangle. So your kneecaps are lifted, your quads are lifted. Right shoulder over left, you're pressing into the big toe mound of front foot in heel and little toe side of back foot. Stay here, inhale. Then exhale, slowly unwind. Bend your right knee, slide your left foot back, come back to the lunge. And if you prefer, like a pigeon, you could. But you can just stay in the low lunge. If you'd rather go into a split, you can go into a split. And when we do this stretching of the hip flexors and the quads, the front body, it helps us with our back bends. Take an inhale here. And then when you exhale, you're going to come out of the pose. If you're using props, place that to one side. Step back, plank pose. Shift your weight forward, bend your elbows. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. The feet are going to come together. Inhale, you reach your left heel backwards. As you exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Bring the left foot forward, right heel down. Inhale it up. Virabhadrasana 1. Warrior 1, second side. So now that left hip is going back, the right hip is going forward. You're trying to get your chest, your pelvis, your knees, your toes to face forward. Stay here, inhale. Now when you exhale, straighten your left knee, bring your hands to your hips, shorten the distance between your feet. Reverse prayer if you can, if your wrist will allow that. So you're swimming your hands up towards the nape of your neck. As you inhale, lift the heart, lift the chest. And then as you exhale, tuck your chin and fold. Left hip back, right hip forward. Now notice if you're clenching or gripping your toes. Press the big toe mound of that left foot down, right? You're lifting the arches of the feet, but you're also hugging in the outer ankle bones. So you're staying balanced across the four corners of each foot. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, either hands to the floor, to the blocks. Look back at your right foot and angle it towards the front corner of your mat, the front right corner of your mat. Take another breath here. And back will be turned to you, but you know what's coming, twisting triangle. So now you're going to take your your right hand to the little toe side of your left foot. Left hand on left hip crease. And then reach the crown of the head away from your lower back and tailbone. Push down into the ground so the rebound is coming away from the ground. And then perhaps take that left arm up to the ceiling for revolved half moon. Stay here, inhale. Stay here, exhale. One more breath in. And when you exhale, unwind. You can use the bricks on either side of your foot. Bend your left knee, slide your right foot back. Now you're in that lunge, second side. So same thing, maybe you want a pigeon, maybe you want a lizard, maybe you want to go into a split. If you're doing what I'm doing, try to get the top of your right thigh to come closer to the ground. Stay here, inhale. Stay here, exhale. And then start to back out of the pose. Move the props to one side. Step to plank. Shift your weight forward, bend your elbows, inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Take a couple breaths here. Smooth, steady inhales, pardon me. Smooth, steady exhales. And then lower your knees. See if you can sit in between your feet. So a big chest opener, heart opener, is Ustrasana. So we'll do Ustrasana in honor of heart yoga. Valentine's Day. I'll do 2 from standing and the last one from the ground up. So all 10 of my toes are reaching to the space that's behind me. And I'm stacking each vertebrae evenly on top of one another. So observe the quality of your breathing here as we're just pausing and maintaining that lift of the heart, lift of the chest. And then come to standing on your knees. If you don't have to use the block. The block just reminds you that you lift the inner arches of the feet up and you hug the outer ankle bones in, right? You can have your hands at your heart. You can bring your hands to the small of your back with the fingertips facing up or fingertips facing down. I'm going to do it with my fingertips facing down. Now imagine there was a wall in front of you. You could certainly use the wall. Really good feedback for you. And then inhale, lift the heart, lift the chest. As you exhale, you start to arch backwards and maybe the hands slide towards the backs of the legs. Maybe you can reach towards your feet. Maybe you're close, but not quite there. Let me curl your toes on. Lift the heart, lift the chest, lift your gaze. Tuck your chin, have a seat, pause, and breathe. Ustrasana, the camel. Really good chest opener, really nice back bend. Fluidity of the spine. Round 2 out of 3. Come back to standing on your knees. Lift up and out of the sides of your waist. Again, your hands could be at your heart. Your fingertips could face up towards your neck. Your fingertips could face down towards the backs of the knees. As you inhale, lift the heart, lift the chest. As you exhale, start to arch back bend, right? So think of this chest being parallel to the ceiling. Maybe the hands slide to the thighs. Maybe you have to take the toes, curl them under, reach back for your feet. In this one, you can let the head draw back. As you inhale, reach the arms up, come up. As you exhale, have a seat, pause, breathe. Palms facing down tends to be more grounding. Palms facing up tends to be more energizing. Last round, I'm going to come into it from the ground up. And I'm going to have my hands on the soles of my feet. Depending on your body, this might be aggressive or it might be no big deal, right? So the hands are going to be the soles of the feet. And I'm going to ripple through my spine to come up to Ustrasana, the camel. And I use my inhale to lift the hips and let my head draw back. And breathe as smoothly and as deeply as you can. Let the head hang. Then inhale, come up. Whoa, catapult. And then exhale, sit down. Back bends can be very energizing. I felt I had a lot of energy in that last back bend. Bring your legs out in front of you. We're going to set up for a seated twist. That was our heart opening yoga today. Back bends. When you do a lot of back bends, which we did today, it's good to twist before you do the forward bend, right? So bringing the right arm behind you. I have both of my knees bent, but you can certainly keep your left leg straight. Reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Inhale. And then exhale, twist towards your front knee. As you inhale, reach up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, revolve and turn more. So if you notice today, it was a neutral focus, meaning that we did standing poses that were in neutral. We didn't do any hip openings because when you do a back bend, you're not opening up your hips. The hips are neutral. Stay here, inhale. You're going to exhale, unwind. Extend the legs forward and straight for a brief Dandasana. Lift your heart, lift your chest. Then exhale, release, take your hands underneath your left thigh. Cross the left leg over the right, lean to your right, bend that knee. Bring your left arm behind you. Right arm up to the ceiling. Inhale to grow tall. And then exhale to twist. As you inhale, lift the heart, lift the chest. As you exhale, turn and look over your left shoulder. Every time you inhale, think of reaching the crown of the head up. Every time you exhale, think of emptying so you can turn and twist maybe a little bit more. Smooth, steady inhales, smooth, steady exhales. One more inhale here. Then exhale, unwind. Extend the legs forward and straight. Flex your feet. Let the toes draw towards your nose. Bring your hands behind you, a brief Dandasana. Lift your heart, lift your chest. Press the thighs down, the backs of the calves down, the inner and outer knees down. Lift the chest from the ground. Maintain all of that as you inhale, float the arms up. And then exhale, fold. Now, if you couldn't reach your feet, I have my scarf. You could use the scarf, a towel, a strap, anything that you can get a hold of. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold and ground down. So we did a lot of back bends. We did a twist in between. Now we're forward bending. That's a really good sequence in terms of, making everything make sense. Neutral poses, because the back bend is a neutral. You do an unwind to finish and pull down. And then inhale, reach the arms forward and up. As you exhale, release the arms down. And just for a moment, have a seat, however you can sit. Palms facing up, more energizing. Palms facing down is more grounding. Maybe the hands come in between because you're somewhere in between being grounded. Maybe you want your hands at your heart. And just notice the effects of the lifting of the chest. We have the block underneath the upper back and at the back of the head. Support that lift of the chest. And then really notice the quality of your breathing and the integrity of your spine. And can you take that with you for the duration of your day? Thank you for allowing me to guide your practice. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy Valentine's Day. Peace out, yogis. If you like this video, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Feel free to put something in the chat. I'm really very humbled to have this wonderful YouTube community. And let's keep it going, right? Peace out, yogis. Ciao for now. Happy Valentine's Day.
Am I free? Can I leave?
Can you yell? Did you see Cooper?
No.
He came to your room. He came to your room.
Hey, honey.
Yes, honey.
Come to my window.
That's exactly what he did. That is exactly what he did. Come to my window. Now I'm going to be singing it.
Well, I didn't hear any singing, but okay. What's going on?